So it's not like, and we have over 100,000 people in our full self-driving beta program.
Don't be freaked out. That is Marlon Brando sitting on the couch, but I couldn't. So all I could say was, "Hey, Mom, come meet Marlon Brando."
Hello, this is Macy. Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg have become unlikely adversaries in a public clash that started as a momentary burst of daytime TV drama and ballooned into a swirling storm of speculation. Rumors of legal action, social media uproar, and cable news commentary have followed. This situation highlights the increasingly tense relationship between bold public figures and media personalities, who often believe they can make any claim with impunity. Yet few people in the modern era have the resources or audacity to push back, quite like Elon Musk. In a world dominated by carefully curated brand images and lawyers who caution against overt confrontation, Musk has always stood out for his willingness to counterattack with unapologetic force. From his disruptive business ventures to his iconic standoffs on Twitter, he has never shied away from conflict. So when Whoopi Goldberg took aim at him on her talk show, asserting outlandish notions and telling him to relinquish a platform he paid $44 billion for, she lit a fire that shows no sign of extinguishing anytime soon. The inciting incident was simple enough. Whoopi Goldberg, during a segment of her daytime talk show, declared that Elon Musk was functioning as the real vice president. She spoke of him as though he were some shadowy figure manipulating the government, with Senator J.D. Vance acting as a puppet in Musk's master plan. The statement was striking because of its absolute detachment from observable reality. Musk has never been associated with any formal political office. His focus on technology, space exploration, and electric vehicles is well documented. Nevertheless, Goldberg's remarks rippled across social media, prompting a mix of bewilderment and mockery. People ask themselves how someone as influential as Goldberg, a household name with a substantial following, could float such a bizarre idea without tangible evidence. But instead of walking it back, she pushed the topic further, demanding in another segment that Musk give up ownership of Twitter. For context, Musk's purchase of Twitter was not just a casual business transaction. It represented an ideological stance. Throughout his career, Musk has stressed the importance of open dialogue.
There's some things that don't seem to be working, that are important for for our life and for the future to be good. And I would say that if one were to say, like, where is the, if one were to do a risk-adjusted rate of return estimate on various industry opportunities, I would put basically building rockets and cars pretty close to the bottom of the list.
Even when it courts controversy, when Elon Musk took the reins of Twitter, he made it clear that his primary aim was to restore a more robust environment for free speech, one less beholden to what he perceived as biased, opaque moderation policies. Whether people agree with his methods or not, his vision of an open forum contrasts sharply with the sensibilities of a daytime talk show environment, which often entails tightly controlled messaging. Telling Musk to give up Twitter, a platform he acquired for a staggering amount of money, did more than raise eyebrows. It underscored a tension between those who favor freewheeling discourse and those who prefer carefully managed boundaries. Word began to circulate that Musk might have taken legal action against Whoopi Goldberg, with figures as high as $60 million being whispered as the sum in a potential defamation lawsuit. While these rumors were never confirmed by official court filings, the mere possibility highlights the lengths Musk might go to defend his reputation. Even if no papers were filed, the what-if scenario became the subject of online debate. Could Elon Musk, one of the world's most financially powerful individuals, actually challenge the common assumption that celebrities and media personalities can say almost anything with little consequence? A legal battle between Musk and Goldberg would inevitably draw worldwide attention, examining the limits of free speech, the responsibilities of public figures, and the potential fallout when a media personality's remarks cross into the realm of perceived defamation. Many observers have pointed out that Goldberg's remarks about Musk align with a pattern of occasionally controversial comments throughout her career. She has, in the past, faced backlash for statements on sensitive topics, including her widely criticized take on the Holocaust. This history has led critics to question her judgment and her willingness to verify information before making grand pronouncements. When she pivoted to the subject of Elon Musk, it seemed to some like another instance of her leaning on hyperbole to stoke drama and draw attention. But this time, she aimed her remarks at an individual uniquely equipped to retaliate, financially, legally, and socially. The question remains, why would Goldberg zero in on Musk in the first place? Part of it is likely the continued fixation media circles have on his every move. Ever since he began championing the idea of freer speech on Twitter, certain Hollywood circles and political commentators have grown increasingly wary. They fear he may enable the spread of misinformation or amplify voices they deem harmful.
So I don't really have a situation where I can be not mentally acute for an extended period of time. I can't really get wasted because I can't get my work done.
So how often do you take it?
Well, it'd be like a small amount once every other week or something like that.
Whether or not those concerns hold water, it's clear that Musk's approach to moderation and content policing clashes with a contemporary media climate that often advocates for more active intervention against what it labels dangerous speech. Goldberg, as a long-standing figure in daytime television, may have felt a duty or compulsion to speak out against Musk, confident that her platform would protect her from any meaningful blowback. Yet this conflict suggests such immunity could be wearing thin. Musk's approach to criticism is well known. He doesn't quietly file a lawsuit and hope for an out-of-court settlement. Instead, he often uses his own massive social media presence to shine a spotlight on those he feels are misrepresenting him. Take, for instance, how he reacted to advertisers threatening to leave Twitter after he took over the platform. Rather than capitulate, Musk was characteristically blunt, effectively telling advertisers that they were free to go if they disliked his policies. This style has endeared him to supporters who see him as a champion of free speech and autonomy, though it has also earned him scorn from critics who claim he plays fast and loose with facts and can come across as dismissive of legitimate societal concerns. Another layer of drama in this saga is the rumored involvement or reactions of major corporate players like Disney. Bob Iger, Disney's CEO, made headlines when he considered pulling ads from Twitter, prompting an equally forceful response from Musk, who fired back at companies that threatened to boycott. Not long afterward, various articles claimed that Disney faced a notable decline in subscriptions, leading some to interpret this as an example of how taking on Musk might have tangible economic repercussions. Though market complexities are rarely reducible to a single factor, the correlation between Disney's subscriber losses and its tension with Musk has fueled speculation about the risk inherent in challenging a figure whose influence extends far beyond the usual celebrity sphere. In tandem with Disney's struggles, Whoopi Goldberg's show The View has found itself at the center of heightened public scrutiny. Critics accuse the show of peddling misinformation or sensationalized political hot takes under the guise of meaningful commentary. While the program has a loyal audience, it has also attracted a strong wave of detractors, particularly as more outspoken hosts seem to delve deeper into polarizing territory. The assumption might have been that, as a well-established media entity, The View could weather any controversy. But as the possibility of a Musk-led legal onslaught loomed, cracks in that assumption began to show. Complicating matters is the role of individuals like Joe Rogan, who commands a massive podcast audience. Rogan, known for his willingness to tackle taboo subjects and question mainstream narratives, weighed in on Goldberg's statements about potentially jailing political opponents. To him, and to many of his listeners, Goldberg's suggestion, framed hypothetically as something President Biden could do, didn't just cross a line. It showcased a disturbingly cavalier attitude toward ideological differences in a democratic society. Public discourse erupted again, with Rogan fans seeing the segment as validation of their long-held belief that some media voices on the left have grown increasingly intolerant of dissent. Even centrists found themselves wondering how it became normal for a daytime TV host to flirt with the notion of mass political arrests. Musk, for his part, often stands as a figure of either admiration or scorn.
And this is not the highest utility subway in the world. It's quite difficult to dig tunnels normally. I think we need to have at least a tenfold improvement in the cost per mile of tunneling.
And how could you achieve that?
I guess, actually, if you just do two things, you can get to approximately an order of magnitude improvement, and I think you can go beyond that.
Admirers praise his forward-thinking mindset, his relentless drive, and his capacity to lead humanity into a more technologically advanced future. Critics, however, accuse him of being too mercurial, prone to rash decisions, and dangerously influential. Yet, it's precisely this combination of traits, his boldness, wealth, influence, and refusal to stay silent, that makes the rumor of a massive legal counterstrike more credible than it would be if nearly any other person were the target of Whoopi's remarks. If her claims about him being some clandestine vice president and her demands that he give up Twitter were made about another wealthy individual, they might remain an odd curiosity. But made about Elon Musk, those remarks carry the possibility of a serious showdown. If this conflict escalates to an actual lawsuit, it will prompt a national conversation about where the line lies between free speech and defamation in the United States. The standard to prove defamation against a public figure is notably high. It requires proving actual malice or reckless disregard for the truth. Yet the outlandishness of calling someone the real vice president could potentially be used to highlight a reckless indifference to factual reality. Musk's legal team might further cite Goldberg's track record of contentious statements to argue that she exhibits a pattern of making bold assertions without substantiating them. While daytime talk shows rely heavily on strong, outspoken personalities to captivate audiences, those personalities are not exempt from legal accountability if their comments are demonstrably false and damaging. Many people suspect, however, that even if Musk has grounds for a lawsuit, he may choose not to pursue it. A legal battle is time-consuming, and Musk is a busy man with multiple companies under his belt, including Tesla and SpaceX, not to mention his ongoing Twitter endeavors. He also has a personal life that occasionally makes headlines, from naming his children in unorthodox ways to making cameo appearances in pop culture. Engaging in a protracted court case might not be the best use of his bandwidth unless he sees it as a matter of principle, defending his name, challenging misinformation, and sending a message that even high-profile talk show hosts are not immune to the law. Yet the notion that Musk could simply shrug this off might underestimate his appetite for public debate and, yes, spectacle.
So it's not like, and we have over 100,000 people in our full self-driving beta program. So you can look at the videos that they post online.
I do.
Okay, great.
And some of them are great, and some of them are a little terrifying. I mean, occasionally the car seems to sort of like veer off and scare the hell out of people.
It's full beta.
He might view a court case not as a burden, but as an opportunity to set a precedent. If he wins, it would send shockwaves through the media landscape, reminding everyone from talk show hosts to online influencers that there can be severe consequences for casually tossing around serious allegations. Conversely, if Goldberg and her team manage to defend their statements as parody or hyperbole, arguing that no reasonable person would actually believe Musk to be a secret vice president, Musk might have to settle for a moral victory or accept defeat in a legal sense. Still, the effect on Goldberg's reputation could be lasting, as the public might question her reliability for political or societal commentary. In all this, the phrase "Elon Musk destroys Whoopi Goldberg and left her speechless" has become the sensational headline, capturing the essence of how many viewers interpret the situation. The imagery of Goldberg being rendered speechless underscores the idea that, for once, a big-name celebrity might have overstepped and faced a powerful adversary capable of fighting back with greater force. Whether she's actually speechless or simply recalibrating her approach remains to be seen. But the broader message is clear. Musk is no easy target, and daytime TV drama can have real-world ramifications when it intersects with someone of his caliber. As the dust continues to swirl, viewers from all sides are left to wonder, will Goldberg double down on her statements, or will she walk them back to avoid the wrath of a man who revolutionized payment systems, electric vehicles, and space travel? Does she, or The View, truly believe Musk wields vice presidential power, or was that hyperbole aimed at stirring controversy? And how will Musk respond if allegations and rumors about a possible lawsuit keep floating without official confirmation? The saga illuminates a pivotal cultural conversation about entertainment media responsibility, the line between critique and defamation, and the potency of one billionaire's readiness to challenge the norms of TV sensationalism.
It seems to be growing in capability by at least 5-fold, perhaps 10-fold per year. It'll certainly grow by an order of magnitude next year.
Yeah.
So currently the two leading centers for AI development are the San Francisco Bay Area and the sort of London area.
Well, like the Hunter Biden laptop.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was a pretty big deal. There was Twitter and others engaged in active suppression of information that was relevant to the public. That's a terrible thing that happened. That's election interference.
Here's the revised text with corrected punctuation, grammar, and formatting for clarity. One thing seems certain. The long-standing assumption that talk show personalities operate in a bubble, shielded from serious repercussions by their networks and production teams, may be coming to an end. The world is watching more closely than ever, especially when the target of their commentary is a figure who dominates headlines and redefines the limits of entrepreneurship on a weekly basis. Those who once casually dismissed or belittled Musk's initiatives now realize that a single ill-considered remark can reverberate far beyond the stage lights and applause cues, echoing in social media storms, potential lawsuits, and shifting public opinion. In the end, the unfolding tension between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg is less about whether he is literally a secret vice president and more about who holds sway over public narratives, how free speech is defined in an era of polarized opinions, and the boundaries of accountability in entertainment media. If the rumored $60 million lawsuit ever becomes a reality, it would be a watershed moment for both celebrity talk shows and the broader discourse about defamation. If nothing else, this saga is a cautionary tale, provoking someone like Elon Musk with high-profile, sensationalized accusations could set off a chain reaction that extends far beyond any single outburst on daytime television. And while it remains to be seen whether Goldberg has indeed been left genuinely speechless, it's clear that Musk has firmly staked his position. He will not stand down, and anyone expecting him to cede ground, especially on matters of public image, may find themselves on the receiving end of a wave of legal, financial, and cultural consequences. In this unpredictable new chapter of media confrontation, it's safe to say that Musk has, at the very least, left a lasting mark on Whoopi Goldberg's narrative, reminding her, and the world, that not everyone can be so easily dismissed or caricatured without repercussions.